What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my crypto journey. My name is Rodney. Welcome to Around the Market, where we check out some of our favorite projects in the smaller cap community token space. And of course, I will be addressing some of the drama and all the crazy stuff that has come out after I released that video with a DM conversation I had with Steve at Rocket Crypto. Now, I think a lot of people are really missing the point and of course attacking me from another angle because the truth hurts, right? But without further ado, let's jump into the video and check out the market. A lot of our favorited smaller cap community tokens are up today, with the exception of Mononoke, Saitama, and Shiryo. And Shiryo was just up a little while ago. Now, the market was up as much as 7% today, the entire cryptocurrency market, but now it's only down to 3%. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is some sort of fake out, especially after the news that Joe Biden is going to do some sort of executive order on the regulation with crypto. So involving that, right? I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but I think that mostly centralized exchanges are going to be hit, right? A lot of the people that register with the SEC and those sorts of things, right? I think that they're going to only be able to regulate those centralized exchanges, because I think that how do you regulate the decentralized exchange? You really can't, right? I just think it's impossible. But we'll have to see what the US does, because the US needs to get their hand in the pot somehow, right? Big Daddy Uncle Sam, big government wants to have their hands in the pot. So the Degenerate Portfolio, which is a portfolio I started for the stream and the YouTube channel to show people that when you make a ton of money on those smaller cap community tokens, it's always good to diversify into these more established products to protect your crypto portfolio, your investments, those sorts of things, to become a powerhouse in this space. Because I love these smaller cap community tokens, but at the same time, guys, these are more established products that maybe, yes, they're less exciting. I think that they're going to be here to stay. Now, of course, none of that financial advice, that's just my opinion. I'm just trying to become a better investor alongside with you guys. So let's check out Shiryo Inu. So the other day I made a video on Shiryo Inu because they made this partnership with Reid. Now, she's a Shmorn star, right? Rhymes with Shmorn, right? She's a Shmorn star. Now, I'm not saying I'm not familiar with her work. All I'm saying is I don't think this is a good look for a smaller cap community token. A lot of people disagreed with me. They like this move. They say, you know, the Shmorn industry is multi-billion-dollar industry. Yeah, I understand that, but is this the best move for a community token? I don't think so, but whatever. They did the move. Who cares? Someone said that they saw in the marketing wallet they might have paid her like about $100,000. I don't know if that's true, but that's true. That's insane, right? She definitely secured the bag, so you got to go ahead and commend her for the hustle, right? Now, they definitely have the potential to do some big things in the space, because I think Shiryo Inu is a cool little concept. Of course, there are already established projects like Gods Unchained that are pretty similar to Shiryo Inu, but they could definitely do it better with a different theme. So good for Shiryo Inu. They were looking good earlier today, but they kind of took a little bit of a dump as of maybe an hour ago or something like that, but not too significant. Now, I was able to go on the Shibnobi AMA last night and talk to the developers about the Kusari blockchain and how they were able to get on some of these exchanges while still getting reflections, right? So a lot of exchanges, especially the bigger ones, don't want to touch reflections, right? They don't like a deflationary currency, right? They don't like the high supply. They don't like dealing with those mechanics and those sorts of things. And that's been an issue for Saitama and other projects getting on bigger exchanges like SafeMoon and those sorts of things, right? SafeMoon has 3 million holders and still doesn't have a big exchange because of the fact that they have reflections and maybe some other things. But I definitely think it's the tokenomics. So the Kusari blockchain. So of course, Shinobi wants to create their own blockchain. Now, I think this is the best way to go about avoiding high Ethereum gas fees, right? So the best way is probably to create your own blockchain. Now, will it be good? I don't know. We'll have to see, right? A lot of projects have tried to make their own blockchain and no one uses them, right? But if they're a big enough cryptocurrency, right? If they're a big enough community token, I'm sure they can get some projects that wouldn't mind being built on their blockchains. And we were talking about last night, the fees will be like 40 cents or something crazy like that. Now, of course, this thing is getting a CertiK audit done. Now, a lot of people always complain to me about the fact they're like, hey, why did CertiK take so long for Saitama, but they don't take so long for this project or this project? Guys, when you're auditing a code, it's different from auditing a swap or a blockchain like this. So it takes longer, right? These are obviously bigger, more complicated things than just the code, right? So that's why Saitama took so long, because it's a swap, right? And this is why the Kusari blockchain is taking forever, is because it's a blockchain. It's not a code. They pump out the codes pretty quick, right? So that's why there's different lengths and times when it comes to the CertiK audit. And we also had a conversation about how they were able to get some reflections on exchanges when Saitama wasn't able to, like for Bitmart, case in point, right? Get Bitmart. So they just negotiated with them and they decided to work with them, right? Because it's the exchanges choice if they want to, because they have to get liquidity, right? Whether that's given to them or they purchase it or whatever, right? It's their liquidity. So it's their tokens. So when there's transactions happening, they get the profits from the reflections, right? Now, I don't think reflections are a big deal as a holder unless you have a ton of tokens and you were in early on a project, but it is nice. It's better than nothing, right? A couple cents here and there, a couple dollars here and there is better than not getting anything, right? But they were able to negotiate and, you know, get those reflections on Bitmart. Now, there are some exchanges they're not going to be able to get reflections for. So that's interesting, but I do like that they're going to be on SafeMoon's swap wallet thing because, you know, SafeMoon's a BSC token, which is great, right? Combining both worlds. And it's cool to see, you know, Shibnobi work with SafeMoon, who has a huge holder base, right? Saitama has a big base, but SafeMoon has fucking 3 million holders, which is absolutely insane. Now, honorable mention, I want to talk about Inuyasha real quick because Inuyasha is becoming a powerhouse in this realm because they are a launch pad, right? They have that incubator thing where a lot of projects are getting on the Inuyasha incubator because it seems like this might be like the cash cow, right? Because Clifford Inu, right? Our favorite big red dog was one of the projects, like science experiments that was on the Inuyasha launch pad. And this thing, Clifford Inu, went to the moon. I know Yon World made like 300-something thousand or something crazy like that getting into this project, right? Now, a lot of these smaller cap community tokens have that power to make a ton of money. Now, since then, Clifford Inu is down quite a bit, but that happens, right? That's why you always take your profits, not financial advice, take your profits, right? You're probably feeling good up here, but probably feel terrible down here, right? Take some of that money, diversify, throw it into some of these babies, become a powerhouse. Inuyasha becoming a big player in their own way. So interesting. I can't wait to see what happens with the scientific DAO when that is launched here soon. I think I'm going to get in on that. I think you need to hold a certain amount of Inuyasha to get in on that. Now, I like what they're doing, but they need to do something about rebranding. You guys, the anime corporations are ruthless in this world, right? So many YouTubers have been destroyed because of these companies, just, you know, copyright striking their videos, copyright claim, all this stuff, right? It's not good. I think they need to change this logo. Inuyasha, the name is fine, I think, but get rid of this little chibi anime character, and I think they'll be fine from there. So good job to them for becoming a powerhouse. Shiba Inu is doing all right. Mononoke Inu is Mononoke Inu. Volt is doing its thing, but down overall. And yeah, okay, so now we'll talk about Saitama. Everyone wants to hear about Saitama. So Saitama's still in the 23 range right now, in the 20s. It's been at this range for quite a while. Now, Saitama released this statement last night. This is what they said. There have been recent conversations and questions regarding one of our core developers. As many of you know, Steve Rocket Crypto first became involved with Saitama in July 2021 when he was brought onto our board of 7 to help us educate our community through his YouTube channel. It has been several weeks since Steve's last contribution to the project and community, and he has made clear he no longer wishes to contribute to our project. Therefore, we have begun the process of removing him from our board, and we wish him well in his future projects. Sincerely, the entire team of Saitama. Now, a lot of people were upset with the video I made, and this is the angle they're coming at. First of all, this was posted an hour after I made that video, right? So anyone questioning the legitimacy and saying I photoshopped things and those sorts of things, I mean, you could say what you want about me photoshopping it, but I showed proof. I didn't Photoshop anything. Why would I do that? Look at guys, everyone, you have all these internet lawyers saying slander and this. Guys, the first rule for slander and defamation is it has to be a lie. If there's no lie there, well, then it's not slander. Tell any lies. So you have all these attorneys on Twitter saying all these things, but they don't know what they're talking about. They're mouth breathers. Okay, so people are missing the point. A lot of people were saying, bro, why would you share a private conversation? First of all, he was going to go public with this information. He wanted to wait a little bit. I think that deep down in his heart, he felt bad for the people he brought into Saitama because he felt like there were red flags. As you can see in that conversation, he felt that there were red flags. I don't knock the guy personally, right? I reached out to him, he talked to me, right? I didn't share the entire conversation, right? But I shared some key points that I thought were important for the community, right? He was gonna come out sooner or later, just not now, right? This is something that was going to happen. This separation from Saitama is something that was going to happen. You know, he was still on the website as of last night and those sorts of things. We haven't had an AMA on his channel since December 10th, right? And I think he was just tired for being the fall guy for Saitama. You know, he saw some inconsistencies there, and that's why he's not really associating himself with the project. Now, he made a good amount of money from this project, and now he's walking into the sunset after making his millions or whatever he made, right? Good for him. Let him live his life and do those sorts of things, right? It's like, guys, are you missing the point about the information he said on that conversation? Are you missing the point? Some people out there are the biggest Kool-Aid drinkers. Everything goes over their head. Oh, it's fake. Oh, you're just a paid fudder. Oh, you're being paid by Shibnobi. All these crazy things. And it's like, dude, what about the information? What about the things he said in that conversation? I would take his word over a lot of people's word because he was in on the team. People are absolutely insane, but that's just the world we live in. Now, I knew the ramifications from making this video. I thought about it, right? I thought about it, but I think it's important as a holder to let you guys know what's going on behind the scenes, because a lot of us are starting to look at the project a little sideways now, right? I'm not saying that Saitama and Saitama can't be revolutionary, because I definitely think it can be. But at this rate, it's not going to be. It seems like they can't get out of their own way. So you can look at my video last night and get mad that I shared a private conversation, right? You can get mad about that. Or you can just be like, hey, a guy on the Saitama dev team, right, who has been there since pretty much day one, is not effing with this project anymore. Why? Why would he want to leave? Ask yourself that question. Stop being a Kool-Aid drinker. Be objective. Stop being a fanboy. Stop thinking I'm paid by Shibnobi. Stop thinking I'm getting paid to FUD. Just take a step back. Look at this objectively and ask yourself, why would he say those things to me if he wasn't feeling a certain way already? So hopefully that cleared up any questions for you. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.